hold up. Hold up. All right. Like that was any better. Hi, Priceless Princess. How are you? Hey, Ariana girl. How are you guys doing? I'm kind of about to eat a little bit, kind of. For a quick second. And my wig is whatever. I do have topics, but I'm gonna just snack a little. But how was your day? Hey, Jasmine girl, how are you? That's good. I'm glad. Ah, damn it. Sorry. I'm glad your day was good. My day was okay. I had to do a Aldi run earlier because I needed some snacks. And right now, I'm having a meatless dinner right now. Because I'm trying to do it like once a week where I do meatless. And it's just nachos and what is it called? It's basically just dip and chip, but it's queso and like pico de gallo right now that I'm eating. I was watching a YouTube video about these Disney Channel breakups. Girl, I'll be watching those too. I do not know who Crystal from Hook and Yarn is, but I hope she cute. How's that been going with the no meat? Girl, I'm only doing it once a week. I'm not doing it consistently. Why hold up. Whatever. We here. But as for the pico de gallo, it tastes so good. I want some chipotle so bad now. Or some Qdoba. Yeah, I set a what is it called? I set a notification earlier, but I really don't know if it actually helps me get people to see, like people to actually watch me normally. So I really couldn't tell ya. But I know I'm supposed to be, well, if you guys don't know, I'm supposed to be watching The Notebook, which I have thoughts, but I'm supposed to be watching The Notebook and reacting to that next month. John Tucker Must Die. This month, I'm on the fence about what movie I'm gonna watch this time and react to, because originally I was supposed to react to Baby Boy, but I don't know if I'm still gonna go through with that. Maybe I might pick a Disney movie to react to. Always. Always talk about food. I feel like I'm gonna rub people the wrong way with my thoughts on The Notebook, though. Because let me just say, they were both a mess. Like, I'm sorry, but they both were cheating. But we'll talk about that in the video. I know people always are like, oh my gosh, they were so in love. I'm like, they should have broke up who they were with and then started dating again, like years later. I did TLC last night for next month. I almost edited till 2. I'm excited for the TLC video because I actually did like that movie. Did y'all eat dinner yet? Yep. Ugh. Did y'all eat dinner yet? Let me know. But I started watching this old cartoon called The Cram Twins. And a part of me remembers it, but I can't really remember it at the same time. I'm like, where did I see this from? Because I know I've seen it before. And I was talking with my husband too because I was talking about how like in Michigan I noticed that some of y'all haven't seen certain cartoons, but I noticed that I guess they were Canadian cartoons, which is why y'all haven't seen them. And since we got a lot of Canadian stations in Michigan, there are some cartoons that I guess other people in America don't know about because they did not cross I guess the cable lines with Canada the way we did. And so I'm like, I don't know. Cause remember we were talking about Pingu and you were saying you didn't know what Pingu was? And I was like, you don't know what Pingu is. Have you ever heard of Bananas in Pajamas? I want to cosplay them so bad. Oh, what kind of meat did you have in your salad? But have you ever seen Bananas in Pajamas before? Or what about Alien Moose? Do you know about Alien Moose? Yeah, chicken and salad always hits. Always. I'm sure that's so freaking good. Also, I do have topics, but again, I gotta eat first, y'all. I'm supposed to go live tomorrow, and I think I'm gonna go live earlier tomorrow, like 8:30, so I could get off earlier. Girl, Bananas in Pajamas was so good to me. Understandable. But I think I have like 13 topics for y'all today. Of course, actually, it's not dating. Actually, let me see. Like, it's a lot of random topics that I found. Y'all could have some. I swear, the pico de gallo and the queso so freaking good. Not gonna lie, it would be better if I had some steak. Or chicken. But I'm so freaking excited for this weekend though. Because we're supposed to be going to this R&B little dance situation. But they were like, "Oh, don't bring well, they said you can't bring bags unless it's like see-through, almost like a like at concerts how they say you can't bring um certain bags, it has to be clear. That's how it is. And I'm like, see, this is exactly why I'm wearing cargo pants. Exactly why I'm wearing cargo pants. Hey Ariana girl, how are you? I see you, girl. Love to see it. Doing your work and watching me. Appreciate you. But I had to tell my friends. I was like, yeah, because one of my friends, she was gonna wear girl, I'm ready to go. Been a long day. I feel you, girl. How long you got left before you get off? That's fine. Go ahead. I should have took some of the freaking water out of this. But so I told my friend, she was talking about, oh, I'm gonna wear some heels. I'm like, babe, ain't no chairs in this place. And she was like, what? I'm like, yeah, there's no chairs in this place. We're gonna be standing and dancing the whole time. So she had to figure out and change her shoes. And I was telling them, I was like, I'm so freaking glad that we discussed this, because I'm like, y'all would have came to this event and y'all feet would have been hurting the whole freaking night. Wow. It's like, I know we're supposed to be dancing, but at the same time. Hey Mark, how are you? How was your day? But I was really like, girl. And I'm so glad I be paying attention to directions when it comes to tickets. Because sometimes we'll go places and people don't be knowing the full information about what the setup is like. And I'm like, bro, that's exactly why I don't mess with heels. Because one thing, I am not about to be having my feet hurting while we out and I'm supposed to be having a freaking good time. My day was good. I just finished my class. Okay, I see you. I love how y'all in school. You, Ariana, I love to see it. 2 hours, girl. I'm so sorry. I hope your workday goes by fast. I'm so sorry. I forget you're an hour behind me. Yeah, cause it's 9:16 here. I completely forgot you're an hour behind me. They put too much onion in this one. The breath is gonna be hot. I'm so glad that we got a screen between us, y'all, because when I tell you. Anyway. I should mix salsa with this, like the plain salsa. I'm telling you, like, whenever we go places, always, if I look and read and say, it say something that got onion on it, I'm like, you know what? I'm a pass. I'm a pass. Or I'll just take the onion off because I do not want my breath to be like bumping. I'm having a meatless dinner. I'm eating like tortilla chips, queso, and pico de gallo right now. Mild. I really wish I had some meat in this. I swear, like, the more I eat it, I'm just like, this is some chicken, some steak, or something would be so good in this. Oh my gosh. That's what I should have did. I should have put all the meat in there. Because there's a whole bunch of vegetables and I'm just unsatisfied. Like, I'm getting full, but where the meat at? I'm so disappointed. I almost flipped the bowl. Yeah, I'm about to tap out. I'm done. Just ain't it. Well, actually, maybe one more bite. I think it's the fact that I like the pico de gallo, the juice that came off of the vegetables. I think it's like watered down the queso a little bit, and I kind of don't like that. You couldn't do a meatless dinner, Mark? For bro. I know me. When I get off of here, I'm probably gonna be in the fridge getting some meat. Like, why did I even do this? I know I'm about to go in the fridge and probably make me a quick hot dog or something. I know I am. Mm-mm. We're done. I'm sorry, y'all. I literally had to eat something. I can't. Give me a second. I cannot stand when I get stuff caught in my teeth. Alright, now I can start my topics. Give me a second. Kept feeling like I had something in my freaking teeth. Girl, I thought I was doing something. I be trying to do a little something, a little healthy, something a little light. Disappointment. Complete and utter disappointment. And I keep having to blow my freaking nose. so good. Okay. All right. So I got hypothetical questions, and y'all can answer them if you like. Okay. So the first question is: you are 10 years old again. It's Saturday morning, and you have all the knowledge that you have now. What is the first thing you're doing? You're 10 years old on a Saturday morning. You have all the knowledge you have now. What is the first thing that you are doing? I'm gonna be honest, I probably just watch some cartoons. I would probably literally just watch some cartoons because I'm like, I mean, even if I know what I know now, what, like, how does that change anything? It's Saturday, everything's closed. Getting all the candy. Listen, because when we were 10, there was this candy. It was like I don't know if it was like a penny candy store, but it was this one store and you could get a whole bunch of candy, like fill up a bag for like $10. Hey Rose, how are you? Yeah, I'm watching cartoons. Now, what channel did y'all watch on Saturdays, anyways, when it came to cartoons? I'm craving chocolate right now, so yes, all the candy. Girl, why do my forehead look so big? Ugh. See, that's why I should have just wore my regular hair instead of putting on this wig. But anyways, chocolate is so good. What's your favorite chocolate, actually? Or do y'all prefer the more fruity candy? Let me know what y'all top 3 favorite candy is. Top 3 favorite candy, and then also y'all favorite Saturday morning network. Because when I was younger, I used to watch, I gotta sing the song. 5 hours of summer, once a week, one Saturday morning. One Saturday morning. That's what I used to watch. I used to watch ABC one Saturday morning, Disney, and then I used to watch. Honestly, I think that was the main thing that I watched. White chocolate anything is my go-to. That is very interesting, Mark, because I don't know that many people that would choose that as their go-to. Almond Joy, M&M's, and York. Jasmine, I have comments, but I would keep them to myself. Because I'm like, Almond Joy and York? You mean York Peppermint Patty, girl? Now, do you mean regular M&Ms or any variation of M&M? No, come on, girl. Girl, your tastes are very, I'll call them classic. I'll call them classic. Not all the time, but I like a payday too. I actually do like paydays. I haven't had a payday in years though, but I do like paydays too. Regular, any variation of them. You know, they have a honey roasted M&M. I saw in the grocery store recently. I have weird taste too. Girl, the almond joy, when you told us in that other live that you did that you were eating almond joy, I was like, by choice? Like, is that a last resort, or are you actively eating that because you chose to eat that? Because I don't know, like, my mom likes almond joys and I hate them. I absolutely hate them. And York peppermint patties, I'm not a fan of chocolate and mint together. I'm really not. Yeah, those are some wild candies. It's different. Like the M&Ms and the Payday, I understand that. I completely get that. But the York and the Almond Joy, I don't like coconut myself. And again, the peppermint and the chocolate, I don't know. I just can't get with that. However, I don't know. My taste might have changed and maybe I might like it now, but I don't know. I know for me, okay, so I'm gonna do chocolates and then I'm gonna do fruity sweets because there's a difference. So for chocolates, I like, in no particular order, I like Twix, Mr. Goodbar, and Crunch Bar, and then I like Snickers. And then I also like Heath Bar, but I can't really eat those because the toffee gets stuck in my teeth. And then for fruity candy, I really like those Lifesaver wild berry gummies. Those are really good. Yeah. I used to love Now and Laters and Laffy Taffies though. Heavy. Like I used to eat those real heavy. But I haven't had a Now and Later in years and I haven't had a Laffy Taffy in years. Oh, and I used to like Airheads real bad because they used to give them to us in Sunday school. Like all those except for Twix. I'll eat them every now and then. I like Twix if they're cold. Actually, I like most of my chocolate if it's cold. I don't really like chocolate room temperature. I don't know. I usually put it in the fridge or I freeze it. But but yeah, I I also used to like Disney XD a lot because I remember I used to watch this show called which was W.I.T.C.H. And I used to love that freaking show. I was so mad when they canceled it. I like them Reese's Chips Ahoy. Those are really good too. I like those. The Reese's Oreo are really good as well. Now, when you said Reese's Chips, because I didn't see the Ahoy part at first, I was like, oh yeah, I do remember they used to have the like the chip. It was kind of like Pringles, but they were chocolate. Like they had Hershey's and then they had Reese's as chocolate, but they were shaped like chips. I think I had them one time and they were so freaking good. Ooh, you know what I miss? Butterfinger BBs. I miss those so bad. I was obsessed with those. And I was so mad when they discontinued those. Oh, another candy I love is Reese's. Yes, Reese's is so good, but again, that's a candy I have to put in the freezer myself. And what I would watch on Saturday mornings there was this. Oh, I used to love Lloyd in Space. That was such a good show. Is that on Disney Plus? Because I actually really used to watch that show and then The Replacements. What was it? Timo Supremo? um a teacher's pet with the fake dog human. Well, he wasn't human, but he acted like he was human. Oh yeah, oh yeah, the Jolly Rancher ropes are really good. I really like those. See, Disney Plus be dropping the ball. Like they don't have Lloyd in Space. They don't have House and Mouse. They don't have Weekenders. I actually really like the Weekenders. I feel like it was something else I really liked that they didn't have. Do they have the Aladdin series or the Little Mermaid series, like the animated? I can't remember. Now the replacements is I'm like really this is only one season. Yeah, because they were on for a while. I never saw Day of the Barbarian. Um, well, I know what it is, but I never saw that one because I think that was on cable, wasn't it? I remember that coming on the basic cable. I do remember Brandy and Mr. Whiskers though, because I used to watch that all the time with my cousin when I went over his house. I barely remember the Aladdin series, but I know I used to watch it when I was a kid. Yeah, the replacements was really good. Okay, I'm gonna watch it because I actually did like the Little Mermaid series. The Brandy Showroom. I don't know if I know what that is. Brandy Showroom. Let me Google Brandy Show. Oh, you're talking about Brandy and Mr. Wishers, my bad. Because I was like, all this coming up is Moesha. But, but yeah. What else? I used to watch, um, oh, okay. I used to watch, what was it? I think it was like a Canadian station, though. I don't know if y'all would know what it is, but I remember I used to watch this show called George Strinks, which was about this little boy who was literally like this tall, and he used to go on adventures. And then I used to watch, obviously, Arthur, which I really need to find a way to get the complete Arthur series. Mainly the older episodes because I don't really like the newer ones. I don't know. It's something about when they start adding new characters that I don't really mess with. I really do not be messing with it. All right, the next question is why do people often remember negative experiences more vividly than positive ones? Oh, yes, Cyber Chase on PBS. Cyber Chase, we're moving. We're beating Hacker at his game. I used to freaking love that show. See, but you gotta pay. I think it's only digital too, because I wanted to have like the physical copy. Um, Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales. Why do I not remember the theme song? Come aboard, Dragon Tales. Come along, take my hand. Let's all go to Dragonland. Yeah. What did they say? I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons in a land apart. Like, if you don't get your ass at home, go to your room. I wanted to get a dragon scale so bad. So freaking bad. But yes, the negative ones stand out sometimes. Yeah, I think so. I'll take me for example. I feel like when it comes to negative experiences, the way they were sneaking out, they were literally running away from home to a land where dragons are. Mind you, they could have eaten them. They definitely could have eaten them. And their parents would have just thought that they disappeared, was kidnapped. And it's like, no, they went to another world and got eaten up by some dragons. But but anyways, so from my experience, I feel like I remember more negative experiences vividly because they made me feel stronger emotions, I guess. So like stronger negative emotions. where it had more of an impact on my mental. So it's like, let me think of something. Let's say you go through your first breakup, right? And then you go through, I guess, dating different people. Sure, you may have a good experience dating somebody, but when it comes to breaking up with somebody, you'll probably remember that more because it had more of an impact on you because of the feelings you experienced. I don't know. It seems like if something makes you feel something stronger, that's when you can remember versus like positive feelings. Sure, you could feel joy, but again, I feel like you would have to feel it strongly in order for it to be something where it really sticks with you. For example, when I got married, I always remember that because it made me really happy. However, there were other bad experiences I had that I always remember because of how strong of a feeling it was at that time. And it's almost like it's imprinted on my mind, the negative experiences, because the feelings were so strong. Okay, I have another question for y'all. How much does height matter to you in a relationship? Like, would you date somebody shorter than you? Have you dated somebody shorter than you? Would you marry somebody shorter than you? How would you feel about that? Does the person you end up with have to be much taller than you? Or for the men, would you date a girl taller than you? Or would you date a woman, like, is there a certain level or standard of how tall somebody should be when it comes to dating you? Is there such thing as too short or too tall? Because I know when I was dating, I mm, I dated a couple of short guys, and I have thoughts about dating people that are shorter than me. Because mind you, I'm 5'3". 5'3" and a half, even though that nurse played in my face when I went to get my checkup. But anyways, I did date somebody shorter than me. Don't think I would marry somebody shorter than me. A couple inches is fine, taller than me. Okay, see, I agree. Because I dated a couple guys that were shorter than me. And I'm not going to say that all guys who are like legitimately short I'm not going to say that they all have problems, but I never dated someone shorter than me. I was always shorter. You are blessed. But no, like I remember and again, I don't think all short guys have a complex, but the ones that I dated had a complex where for some reason it almost seemed like they were trying to overcompensate for being short, where they would do too much. And again, it's not all short guys, because not all short guys are like that. It was just the ones that I talked to. And then I honestly would not want to date somebody that was extremely tall, because I would not want somebody to tower over me. Like, heavy tower over me. For example, how tall is LeBron James? Because he's tall. LeBron James height. Yeah, he's 6'9". I would never. Um, because I know so many girls, they would talk about how they wanted their guy to be over 6 feet and stuff like that, and I would just be like, I mean, that's fine, if the person I end up with is that tall, but at the same time, I'm like, height ain't everything. As long as they taller than me was always the main thing. I just would like somebody taller than me, and my husband is taller than me. Sometimes it do like I'll just be standing there and be looking at him, and it's like, why am I short? 6'9" is too tall. It gives giant energy, and I would not. Because then also, if they're very tall, their head must be really big. And maybe it's just me, but I wouldn't want to be talking to somebody whose head is big. Again, if somebody got a big head, it's okay. But because my head already big. Mind you, let's say can't even say it. Let's say that I had wanted kids. That was something that I would have had to think about. Is the head big? Not that way. But but you know what I mean? Like, the one on the shoulders, is it ginormous, or would it be able to get through there? You know what I mean? Because if you get pregnant and then you want to have a baby, now you have to push a big-headed baby out your cooch. We got to think long term, guys. We got to think the distance. That's all I'm saying. But listen. I dated like 2 big-headed men before. I could not see past them. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, you ever look at somebody and you're just like, your head is huge. What nationality do you come from? Because it's not just, I have to be politically correct. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up because I was about to say something out of pocket. But I'm just saying. It's just something to think about. Oh, I say that about a lot of people, that they have big heads. I really be trying to keep my comments to myself, because sometimes I'll look at somebody and I'm like, I feel for your mom. Because I know that was rough. Pushing that thing out. C-section? Yes. Oh. Okay, yeah. Because that's me too. Because I'll be thinking a whole bunch of stuff in my head. The thing that gets me is I have to control my eyebrows, because, okay, when somebody talks, or if somebody says something and then it's something crazy, I have to make sure that I'm adjusting my face, because my eyebrows will just judge or like react, and then somebody will look at me and be like, what are you thinking? It's like, did you hear what they just said? Oh, I was about to say, you be telling them 8 pounds. Girl, I would have been like, cut me open, because I am not pushing that thing through there. I am not. Absolutely not. Girl, you strong. Because that sounds absolutely terrifying. I'm so proud of you, because I could never. Could not. Same. My facial expressions, I have to be mindful. 8 pounds is crazy. 6 pounds isn't bad. I was around 6 pounds, I think. I think. I'll wait a few more years when not too many more getting up there. I mean, who knows? You probably got till you like 55 to have a baby girl. Oof, long. Oh my gosh. I ain't have time to get an epidural. Girl, you stronger than me. Cause I dead ass would have been like, cut me open. Listen, I said cut the stomach, just pull it out. Like, just pull it out the table. Well, at the very least, hopefully it was much better to like push them out considering you were dilated and stuff. Man, I swear, I applaud mothers. I truly do because wow, could not be me. I will stay a dog mom, okay? I could never. Need to do them they do on Sims. Girl, listen. I'm sure it did. I am sure it did, cause man, ever since health class, okay, let me talk about this real quick, right? Because I had to take, well, I'm sure y'all did too, but I had to take this health class. I think it was 10th grade, and we had to get permission slip clearance in order for us to watch the birthing video, and basically we had to watch the video of this woman giving birth. That traumatized me. That did it. I was like, oh, y'all be doing this for free? Not for me. I will not be pushing no baby through my cooch. I will not be doing that. 6 weeks wasn't enough time to heal. See, yeah, I swear women go through so much. Just be bringing life in here, growing the baby, firstly, then pushing the baby through, bringing a life into the world, and then you gotta take care of this baby the rest of your life too. I swear, I applaud y'all. I applaud all the mothers because I could never. I like I was talking with my friend. Well, I was talking with two of my friends earlier today, and we were talking about. Well, one of them has kids, but we were just talking about like birthing babies and stuff, and she was saying how, I guess, and I've heard this, from different people too, how people talk about how sometimes it don't even feel like they having a kid, it just feels like a cramp. And I'm just like, bro, you telling me that your contraction was like a cramp? It wasn't like something super painful, it was like a period cramp? I don't know how y'all do it. I really don't. Like the body is amazing. Because for me and mine, only a dog. I will only have dogs. Who did I birth? My dog that's adopted. I mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't know. Birthing has always been a terrifying thing to me. And I've heard so many mixed stories about actually having kids, so I'm just like, I don't know. The concept is nice, but the birthing process doesn't sound like a walk in the park. Jeez, I keep having to adjust this, bro. But anyways, um Okay. So the next question is, how do you handle a friend who has a significant other you think is a bad person? So, for example, let's say, let me fix this. Let's say your friend was dating this guy and you saw that he was treating her wrong or saying stuff that you didn't like, or you realized she could do better, or you were constantly hearing this friend tell you, I guess, negative things about the person that they were dating. How do you handle a friend who has a significant other you think is a bad person? It is a hard one for sure. I've been on both ends of this where I knew somebody who had somebody or who was dating somebody and I think they could have did better. And then I've also been in a spot where I dated someone and my friends didn't like them. I will say I appreciate how honest my friends were with me at those times. Cause I never got upset, when they would tell me, but they would just be like, "Yeah, this ain't it. Like the way he treating you, this isn't it." I won what I tell her he ain't it. Exactly. And that's what I've done. Like, whenever I saw something, I would just be like, "Hey, I think that because of this situation, this person is not treating you right. I do feel like you could be with someone who treats you much better." Um, or I would ask them long term, like, do you think you would be okay with dealing with this same situation over and over again? Because sometimes I feel like people do need to reevaluate and hear that. For example, it's like they could go through something, especially if it's something repetitive. It's like, okay, do you want to deal with this the rest of your life? Do you constantly want to deal with them cheating on you the rest of your life, or treating you this way forever? But some people don't listen, or they deserve better, or somebody don't got their ish together. This is true. A lot of people don't listen. A lot of people do deserve better, and a lot of people don't got their ish together. I was on the other end too, and to be honest, there was one guy who wasn't it, and I was told that, but I didn't care. When did they put a character count limit on here? Yeah, they've had a character count limit for a while in the live streams, which is why some you have to break up the sentences. Yeah, that's happened to me a couple of times too, where like somebody told me, yeah, you could do better, or this wasn't it. And then I would only listen when something traumatic happened. That is literally the only time when I would listen. Well, no, sometimes some of my friends, they told me, and then I would remove myself, but it was only when I was ready to remove myself, though. And it'd be a nice guy too, but they don't get their ish together, or they're struggling to get it together. See, that's different. Because I feel like, well, it also depends how old you were. Because, for example, nowadays, I think it's so interesting how I'll talk about the youths, right? Some of them will be super young, like early, let's say early 20s, or like teenagers, and they'll be thinking that people need to have their stuff together. And it's like, Okay, but most people don't have their stuff together when they're in their early 20s. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are still figuring stuff out. They're trying to figure out what they want to do. A lot of people, it's a lot. But it's also the fact that, too, it just really depends if a person has goals or not, or if they're making an effort, or if they're attempting to, I guess, do better for themselves. Like, that's really the main thing. Because I know in the past, like, there was a difference between you could tell if somebody was actually getting themselves together and then somebody who was not. Or somebody who, could be depressed. Because I know there were situations where I would be talking to somebody and then I would realize they were depressed, or sometimes they would even tell me, and it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I can help you get to a better spot. It'd probably be better if you talk to a therapist, or if you don't want to talk to me, talk to somebody else you trust. Because a lot of times people also have this issue where they don't be wanting to talk things out. And I feel like if you're not willing to communicate within, what's going on with you, as well as within you having goals, if you have any goals, then it's like, well, are we going to make some steps to further ourselves, or are we just going to stay stagnant in the same place for 5-6 years? You know what I mean? But I don't know. It just really depends, because some people don't want to grow. That is one thing I learned when I was younger. I remember there were a couple of guys that I was interested in, or I was like dating for a period of time. And, after a while of talking to somebody, sometimes you'll look at things and you're like, okay, well, I'm in school, I'm doing this, this, and that. What are they doing? And you look at the person, they're at home playing video games all the time. They're not trying to go get a job. They're not trying to go to school. They're not doing anything. Because I remember I had some guys get really mad when I wanted to talk about the future, which I always saw that as a red flag, because I'm like, I don't know, like, I always used to think about it like, okay, I'm making plans and I have certain goals that I want to accomplish. What about you? And if they didn't have any, to me, I'm like, okay, well, what are we doing? Because there needs to be something shaking. There needs to be something moving. Now, don't get me wrong, I could understand if they just did not know what they wanted to do, and that's why they were frustrated, but they made it seem like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. And it was just like, what am I supposed to do with that? You know what I mean? Like, if you're dating someone, you should want to grow with them, or you should want to actually talk with them about, okay, these are the goals I'm excited about. What are your goals? And then if it becomes an argument because they don't want to talk about it, to me, that's a red flag. Because it's like, I'm not saying you have to talk about me being a part of your plans, but I'm saying, do you have any plans? But I don't know. That was just something that I learned very early when it came to dating and relationships, where it's really important for people to have some sort of goals, or like some sort of plans. It doesn't have to be anything extensive either. It could be something really simple that you want to work towards, but it's like, if you don't have any goals or anything, you don't want anything more for yourself, it can be very hard to build with somebody who does not want to make plans for the future, because then you start looking at things like, okay, well, will you want to make plans with me? Can you make plans at all? Are you even a long-term person? It's just a lot to think about that I feel like a lot of people don't consider. I don't even know how I got to this topic. I really don't. But but yeah, I think it's important to, for example, if you have a friend that keeps telling you about bad things within their relationship or bad situations with the person they're dating, or if you see them getting treated negatively, I think that it is important as a friend, especially if they talk with you about it, that you share with them, like, hey, I understand that you're telling me about all these negatives, but it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do about this situation? Are you going to continue talking to this person? Are you going to continue having them treat you this way? And that's another thing. I feel like people think that people will change. And one strong piece of advice I could give all women everywhere is, even men, I could give this advice to men as well. It's like, if you think, if someone treats you a certain way and is consistent, do not assume that they are going to change for you. Or do not think you can change a man or a woman. They will change if they want to. And if you feel that you have to push them or force them or try to manipulate the situation, you don't like them. You don't like who they are. And that is okay. That is completely fine. If you don't like certain things that they do or a certain way that they treat you, that is okay. That just means you need to let go. And you probably need to talk to somebody else. But I notice a lot of us, we would rather wait it out or try to invest all this time and effort. And then a lot of times when people do that, then they don't realize you're kind of self-sabotaging yourself, because you're up here investing this time thinking, oh, this person is going to change. I'm about to invest all this time into them. And it's like, no, let that person go and then focus on yourself. And then potentially you could meet somebody else in the future. That's another thing too. I really be hopping across topics. But that's another thing too. Like, I think a lot of women don't understand that sometimes they be wasting time on the wrong man, and then they end up missing out on an actual good guy sometimes. Where it's like, because I've seen that happen with a lot of people, where I'll be looking at their situation like, you should not be talking to this person at freaking all. I've seen it happen with both men and women. And then I see somebody better come across their path, and I'm like, this would be a better fit for you. But obviously, I'm not them. I can't tell them what to do. The most I'll say is, I'll be like, oh, they look like they're interested in you. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, but I'm focused on this person. And I'm like, but why though? They treat you like trash. They are a horrible individual. Sure, you love them, but love can't go the distance, babe. Especially if you're getting treated like trash. But again, people have to live and learn on their own. And it's like, you can share with someone your thoughts about their relationship, especially if you're close to them. But at the same time, it's like, people will do what they want to do, and people will choose when they're ready to leave. I just don't like when I see good people stay with people who don't deserve them. Also, let me blow my nose real quick. Also, that leads me to another topic. So, do y'all know who Christy Scott and Desmond Scott is? Because this is like a popular topic on social media, right? Y'all know the influencer or content creator. She's black, light skinned, and she used to be hopping around and flipping, and her husband would always be like, like where he would do that laugh. She basically is getting a divorce from him, right? And I'm not gonna lie, that kind of surprised me. Oh yes, I had nobody talk about this with, right? Because I was talk about this to my husband, and he was just he's like, I don't know who these people are. Right, I followed her too. So there's like this big discourse online about this whole situation, right? I really be having to adjust my hair. But anyways, and you know, okay. So firstly, it did for me too. He like, who that? Yes, he was really like, I don't know who those people are. Like, and then I showed him. He's like, oh yeah, I remember you showing me them. But my husband don't really care about gossip for real, unless it's like people we know. But anyways, so a lot of people are talking about, oh, see, you could be pretty and all this, and a man will cheat, or people are like, oh, he became jealous of her publicity. Some people said they had a lavender marriage and was talking how he's allegedly not straight. It was just a big discourse, right? Then people had these long drawn out think pieces where they're sharing, oh, it's a man's fault if they cheat and all this other stuff, right? Now, I looked at this situation from a whole different perspective from everybody else, because I was just like, one, it's kind of crazy, right? Swims in the other pond. But I was like, it's kind of crazy, all these think pieces that people be having when it comes to somebody cheating, right? Now, mind you, allegedly, they are Jehovah's Witnesses. And they can't, based off of their religious beliefs, you can't get divorced unless it's like something specific, like infidelity or something like that. I think he got tired of the antics, like the camera in your face all the time is a bit much, but he shouldn't have cheated. So this is a thing, right? Because apparently in the documents, it was saying that he told her he cheated. Now, mind you, he had expressed to her he wanted a divorce. Or separation, I believe. He expressed to her that he wanted to be separate. She didn't want to. And I believe it was like a repetitive or a conversation that was brought up more than once. So allegedly, he said that he had cheated, and that was when she was like, okay, I'm gonna file for divorce. Now, to me, I'm like, we don't even know if he actually cheated. He told her he cheated, but we don't know if he actually did or not, especially if he had told her before, yeah, I want to separate from this marriage or whatever, right? Now, my thing is, if somebody tells you they want to leave, I understand that the religious beliefs are different. But my thing is, if somebody tells you they want to leave, in my opinion, you should let them. However, I also have to mention, because I talk to people about this all the time, where I'm like, there is something to be said about high school sweethearts. I know a couple of people who actually, no, I know a decent amount of people that were high school sweethearts, and I think only 2 couples stayed together. Normally, high school sweethearts do not last long, specifically because when you're a child, and when you're a teenager, you're going to be a completely different person when you get older. And a lot of times, I think that when you grow older, like when you get up older, who you are is not the same person. And you would have to hope that your high school sweetheart grows with you, but a lot of times they do not. And then there's also the factor that there's this wonder about what's out there because you've only been with this one person 9 times out of 10 if you had a high school sweetheart. So there's a chance you're wondering, okay, what's out there? Is there something out there for me? I've just been with the same person. There's also the issue of sometimes people get on each other's nerves after they've been with each other for so long. I can tell you, I've seen that happen with a couple of people that I went to high school with. They had high school sweethearts and then they broke up. And then again, it's just also the factor that a lot of people, they don't know who they are separate from the person they're married because that's the person that they were with from adolescence to adulthood. Like they don't know anything else and they don't know who they are as their own person. And from my take on that, I just feel like he wanted to get out, she wouldn't let him, and so he cheated. And I know a lot of people are looking at him negatively, which again, if he actually cheated, he shouldn't have. But my thing is too, if he wanted to leave, what are you gonna do? Like, you know, what are you gonna do? Like, you can't hold somebody hostage. And again, when it comes to high school sweethearts, you get married out of high school. Your younger brain is not the same as your adult brain. Completely different thought process. Your wants could change, your needs could change, which is why it's so important when you do get married, you should be under the guise of like growing with somebody, creating goals with somebody, being understanding of the other person, making sure y'all maintain, I guess, the love aspect where it's like we can be friends, but also we love each other. Honest, and you know, it's not always going to be easy, but it's like, I don't know, it's just so interesting seeing think pieces when it comes to other people's relationships, even though technically I'm doing my own think piece right now. But it's like, it's just so interesting to me how everybody always blames the man. And it's like, to me, it just gives, maybe he just wanted to get out to experience something different. Because that's all he knew. It doesn't have to be that he, like, again, he could be jealous of her. But it doesn't have to be, oh, a man is jealous. Oh, a man hates her. He always hated the attention she got. He always hated her. It's like, bro, people be so hurt on the internet. Like, I swear. And it's always single people. Like, and again, it's not, it's just it's just really frustrating to see all these think pieces because I'm really sitting here like, I know it must be hard to go through a divorce and then everybody's talking about it. It's everywhere. She's posting new videos. And within her posting new videos, people are talking about her ex. I could not imagine. I'm like, man, I would block my man's name because I'm really trying to grieve. But it's like, I guess that's the cost for like being popular online. But I'm like, I would need therapy. Like, I could not imagine, bro. And when it comes to situations that happen with celebrities and stuff, it's just always so wild to me. Like, I cannot imagine their mental headspace of all these different millions of people talking about your business, making interpretations about your relationship, potentially hating you. You didn't even do nothing wrong, or hating you, and they don't know the whole story, and they take in somebody else's side, and they could be problematic in a relationship. We don't know. I don't know. The internet is such a strange place when you really think about it. And you know, I did say I was supposed to do a video sometime last year. I was supposed to do a video about why I wouldn't start a couple channel. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is one of those reasons. Like, this whole situation is one of those reasons, because people can be very judgmental. Again, I'm judging myself. You know what I'm saying? But people can be very much like picking sides, judgmental, cruel. And just off this situation, it seems so overwhelming. And I can see why it's too much an invasion of privacy. It is. It really is. And even in his case, I have only seen negative things about him. And I'm like, that's crazy, because y'all used to hype this man up 2 weeks ago. Like, it is so wild the way the internet switches up on people. Like, it is so crazy to me the way people react to certain news, and it's like you don't even know the full story. You just assuming all this stuff. You know nothing, and now you just dragging this man, saying he played for the other team. Like, it's just so much, so freaking much. I don't know. It's interesting to me. I could not imagine. I liked his little laugh at first, but I'm like, come on, can't everything be that funny? It did seem forced. It did seem forced. I'm not gonna lie to you. It truly did. I really can't stand how I be having to blow my freaking nose. But yeah, I don't know. You know, I feel for both of them, especially because I want to say she tried to do it discreetly, and then somebody from TMZ found that information, and then it was everywhere. And I'm like, man, do y'all have a soul? Do y'all have a heart? Like, people can't go through anything by themselves. I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody where they found out that their father had passed through TMZ. Like, they didn't even get to know themselves. Like, I can't remember who it was, what celebrity it was, but I was just like, man, y'all be so focused on selling a story that y'all don't even care about people's feelings or the stuff that they go through, like real life, what they be experiencing. Y'all just want to make a buck because y'all want to be the first person to publicize a story. I can't stand stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know, you know, again, it's one thing if you can be a couple online and y'all can keep some things private, but it seemed like the moment you share somebody's face and it's like they repetitively in your content, you would have to hope that y'all can end things amicably, you know, if stuff doesn't work out or something. But even still, like, your fan base or supporters, people gonna be wanting to pick sides, choose sides, blame somebody for the relationship, and it's like, bro, sometimes stuff just don't work out, you know what I mean? But it really sucks that people can't go through different phases of life without people being in your business for real. TMZ don't be caring for real. They really don't, bro. Like, it's just so messed up to see, and I really hope that both of them, you know, have somebody they can be vulnerable with, whether that's family, friends, therapists, I don't know, but I could not imagine going through a situation like that and everybody doing too much on my social media, people probably asking me personal questions, people making stuff to be a joke and you really grieving going through it. Could not imagine. People painting you as the bad guy. I don't know. It just seemed like a lot. The next question is, what's something about adulthood that has surprised you the most? Something about adulthood that surprised you the most. I don't know. It's a couple of things. So I would have to say, firstly, being lost surprised me. Because I do think that I feel lost a lot of times in life where I'm like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing for real. I'm really just freeballing stuff. Truly. And hoping for the best. That you really can't save money. Girl. You try to and then you gotta pay for something. And dating is not as easy as it was when I was a teen. Yep, I agree. Cause like that was the thing. And you know, I feel like movies set us up. I feel like Disney, I can blame. No offense to Disney, but full offense. But I definitely can blame them because I was a Disney kid. I grew up on Disney movies. I was really into the romance of it all, right? However, really thinking about it, when I think about certain romance movies that I watched when I was a kid, you know how your environment shapes you, and right, that definitely surprised me. But you know how your environment shapes you, right? When you get older, well, wait. Let me back up. Actually, let me blow my nose first. Okay. So, as a kid, grew up on Disney, yeah? Had this concept of what love was supposed to be like. Oh, a knight in shining armor. Oh, I'll just meet a guy, we'll fall in love, and that'll be it. The romantic antics of it all, which I feel like messes up a lot of people when it comes to dating. But it's like, when you start dating and really look at things, you really be sitting here in confusion because you realize it's not like the movies. Dating and love is not exactly like the movies. Now, it can be, depending if you can meet somebody that is romantic or meet you halfway. But I know for me, man, I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed when I would be thinking guys would treat me a certain way when I was younger. And then when I would experience those things, I'm like, what's happening? Like, where's the romance? Where are the flowers? Where are the romantic gestures? Now, I will say, apart from my husband, I think it was maybe one or two other guys that were actually romantic, although they had their own issues. But I feel that it can definitely break your romantic spirit when you constantly hope for a prince and then you keep getting frogs. It truly, let me write that down. That's a word. You know what I mean? What did I say? It can break your spirit. It's for my journal. It can break your spirit when you're hoping for a prince and constantly get frogs. Anyways, okay. I forgot to mention. So in my journal, even though I haven't been consistent, it's like a one line a day journal, and sometimes like I'll think of something or I'll see something, and that'll be like my line for the day. But anyways, but yeah, I just think it's um it's really rough when you have curated this idea of what dating is supposed to be like. And that's what you grew up off of. And you feel all these butterfly feelings. Thank you. Thank you. but you feel like it's supposed to be a certain way, and then as you date and get older, it's like, this is not what the movies show me. The deception. This is not what I expected. I don't like this. It does make me wonder about guys too. Like, do guys want to be romanticized as well? Like, do they want romance too? I should probably ask my husband. Like, I try to do romantic things for him, but I think it just really depends on what the person finds romantic. Um oh yeah, saving money. Girl, saving money was so much easier when I had no bills. Which is the other thing too. I feel like, I don't know. I wish they would have focused more on teaching us specific things in high school instead of teaching us about stuff that did not matter. Like, did I need to know? Well, did I need to know about chemistry? I really don't. Not right now. I mean, there's some things that you should know, but it's like, I really did not need to know about chemistry. You could have been teaching me about financial gains, financial stability, about taxes, how to get more taxes back. Like, you could have taught me about side hustles I could have, because apparently everybody needs one, because the economy is not the same as it used to. That's the other thing, the fact that we really went from grandparents having one job to us having to have multiple in order to make things meet, unless like you're in a certain field. I don't know. It's just saving money is hard. Very hard, especially when you have to pay bills. Um they should have really taught us about credit and debt. They should have taught us and the other thing that I really hate that so many teachers and like family members push people to go to college, but they didn't really express the impact of loans long term wise. Because I'm going to be honest, I probably would not have went to college. I probably would not have um myself. However, like, I do use my degree now with what I do now. However, it's like, did I need it? And that don't be rushing to be getting all these credit cards. That too. Cause man, credit cards will F you up if you let them. Like, I know that's one of my goals this year, to pay off a couple things. And 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 because, okay, so I've been wanting to buy stuff. Like, I've been having this strong urge to buy and shop this past week, but I can't because I have to be responsible, and I hate that for me. That's another thing to talk about too, because that's what I did. Wasn't thinking. It's like that. Like, you, especially when you get some money and you don't really like, it's like your first time having like some spendable money. So, then you start spending, and then it's like, oh, you got to pay it back. Hey, Oblematic, how are you? But yeah, it's just like, I feel like there should have been more of a focus in high school on explaining, the impact of credit, the impact of debt, student loans. Is just a lie. Oh, hey, Liam, I didn't know you were in here. Teachers are in the education system are predisposed to encourage. We about to Google because I don't know what that word means. Tertiary. I'm not even going to pronounce it. I'm not about to look foolish. Okay. Education, because more often than not, that is the only way they know how to have a career. Yes, it is. And I get teachers encouraging people to go to school. At the same time, they probably didn't have the forethought or like the concept to foreshadow what the economy was going to be like today. But it's just, looking back, I really wish I would have paused on going to school, and I wish I would have went into a trade, to be honest. That's what I wish I would have did. Because that would have been something better for me to do, where I wouldn't have, like, if any, debt, and I would have a job that is more stable, I guess, and better pay. That's good. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm fine. Just yapping. Didn't have career cruising in high school. So I actually didn't have like a regular experience in comparison to a lot of people. Like, I feel like a lot of people I knew, they got a job. And for me, my job was always like digital. So like, I didn't work anywhere in person. I was always like working with companies or something that way. And I was always an entrepreneur till last year. Like, last year is literally the first time I'm actually working for an actual company, which is different. I like it. I'm so thankful I do like it, because I was terrified, but at the same time, when I was in high school, we had job corps, where it's like, sometimes they only sub specific people for the job corps, where you could get certain experience, and it went towards your credits for graduating. And then, you could volunteer, obviously, which I did. Volunteering was mandatory to graduate. But I think they had like some sort of career day, but I only remember them doing military stuff. Like, I do not remember them having too many different career options that people could take once they graduated. I don't remember us doing anything like that, to be honest. Okay, it just means college, university. I'm good looking for a snack. Okay, got it. Well, with charter high school, I did get a job until college. To be honest, I was worked at Walmart. Great, got you out of your comfort zone. Excuse me. Okay. So I went to, so this was my timeline. I went to private school in elementary, then I went to charter school in middle school, and then I went to public school, which was a shocker for me because public school was completely different from anything that I ever experienced. Um, not as structured at all in comparison to private school and charter school. Um, but I will say, like, I went to two different public schools, and the difference was very alarming from going to like a inner city school to switching to a suburban school. It's just so interesting the difference in the way they teach, as well as it's interesting in the stuff that they teach. And it's different when it comes to like testing into a school, because I had to test into my high school, which, you know, I mean, it's fine, but it's like, okay, what were the perks of me going to this high school, you know? Yeah, it's always good to get out of your comfort zone. Career cruising, talk about economics and even job market, also how to do resume, good class to have in high school. Yeah, see, we didn't even have that. We had an economics class, but they just taught us about the economy. They didn't teach us about like potential jobs we could look at or resumes. For example, the first high school that I went to, we had to pick a curriculum, um and we basically had to choose what type of field we were going to go into when we graduated. So I was in the graphic design curriculum, but you could have picked to, go into mathematics like engineering, or go into what were the other ones, like 3D modeling, or like they had different options. But in my head, when I got into the school, I'm just like, bro, how am I supposed to know what I'm gonna want to do? I'm in the 8th grade. How am I supposed to know what career I want to choose? I don't even have that much life experience. I don't know what I'm gonna want to be when I grow up. And I always felt like that was a lot of pressure to put on, a freshly in puberty kid. Yo, I just got over with my work and I'm free. Did I miss a lot? Hey Rose, I did talk about quite a couple things, but it's okay. It's okay, girl. I went public school, not for long. Charter school, pros and cons, just like public school. Yeah, charter school did have pros and cons, but I don't know. I just think you're right. Like it's just pros and cons per school. I never used my degree, and I left with just 20K debt. I can't imagine how Americans manage with the cost of college. Man, 20K debt does not sound as bad. It's a lot of money, but yeah, the debt is a lot. Placement tests suck. Not best test taker, but that depends on the subject of the test. Yeah, like I know for me, I was normally good at placement tests, but I mean, when I think about it, it really didn't matter long term wise for me. Fiscal responsibility just be a must for all high school students. Yeah, it should be. Like, there should be more classes that teach you about financial stability, financial gains, saving, taxes. They should be teaching kids more instead of just stuff that, like, I mean, we don't really use. That's just like the thing that really blows me is how in school we were taught at a very young age the judicial system, like when it came to voting and stuff, but then they done bring it up again, which they should have, which was important considering a lot of people when they graduated they were able to vote. And I feel like a lot of people forget how the judiciary system works with how things are going at this point in time, if you catch my drift. But I don't know. It's a lot of stuff they should have been teaching us. For example, one thing I always bring up is how it's not in a lot of countries, but there are some countries where, you know, they have sex ed classes, right? And they don't just teach you about the physical part. They teach you about the emotional, mental well-being, or like, you know, the concept of consent, or the concept of handling and navigating your emotions better. And they teach kids like from ages 6 all the way up till they graduate, okay, like these are things to focus on. This is how you handle your emotions when it comes to navigating dating or relationships, or, you know, stuff between friends. That way, as they get older, they know how to understand their emotions. And it's not like how a whole bunch of people, it's not a whole bunch of people, but it's not like how there are people who are here in America where, you know, they don't know how to process their emotions, and then they did something to somebody and now it's on the news. You know what I mean? It's just so much that could have been taught. And I know people will be like, oh, well, parents should have been teaching that. It's kind of hard for parents to teach a lot of different things, especially when they're stressed out trying to make ends meet, barely can make ends meet. They're trying to take care of their household while also taking care of themselves, making sure they're good so they don't tap out of life and the kid doesn't have anywhere to go. It's just a lot where I feel like certain systems in place failed us. I haven't used my degrees either. Yeah, I feel like most people haven't used their degrees for stuff they actually went to school for. Liam, do you ever think of going into your field? I haven't used my degree, but will eventually. Because Rockefeller family, why education system is commercialized? I don't know, but somebody ruined stuff. My degree was something specific. It mainly lends itself to journalism or teaching. Ended up getting a decent, well-paying job in my final year, which had nothing to do with political. Well, that's pretty good, Liam. We are debating on degrees. No, we were just talking about how, you know, we have degrees, but we don't necessarily use those degrees that we acquired for the things we got the degree for. But yeah, hold on, y'all. I gotta blow my nose. I swear, I'm gonna be so glad when my whatever this is, because it's like residual me having a cold a little bit. But I forgot, what was I talking what was I talking about originally? Oh, I had asked the question, what's something about childhood that surprised you the most? Here in my country, degrees are a waste as garbage because we only got to buy her some concept and no practical idea what we study. Yeah, so we call him, you could call him ill blurred or blurred or Ilvermatic if you want. That's his name that he goes by on YouTube because he's a content creator as well. But yeah. So I feel like it was something else I was gonna mention that surprised me about adulthood. Um oh, I thought of something. So I'm actually gonna do a video about this on my vlog channel. Another thing that surprised me was how your body changes as you get older. So, like, more aches, pains, certain changes. For example, I definitely have way more freckles now. Like, I didn't used to have freckles the way that I do now, and now I do, which is genetic. Um, and just physical changes that I was not expecting to go through. It's different. Like one day you really, you don't really think about it when you're younger how you can navigate and move about easily, but then as you get older you realize, dang, I really need to start stretching more. I have to work out or I have to exercise so that I don't get aches and pains. I have to take vitamins now. Like, you really have to start taking better care of yourself because if you do not, what do they say? Snooze it, you lose it. You really have to start taking better care of yourself as you get older. Yeah, as you have freckles, cool. I'm starting to get moles more often. Yeah, like, I sometimes y'all can see them in my vlogs, but yeah, like I'm starting to get freckles all over my face and like all over my body and stuff, and it's different. It's different because sometimes I don't be paying attention. I'll look on my leg and I'm like, where did that come from? Um Also, sunscreen is important. That's another thing that I learned is that I have to wear sunscreen. I have to because I actually do get sunburn. Um, it was like I think 2 or 3 years ago. I had really bad sunburn, like so freaking bad, where my skin was like peeling and it was red. So I learned I have to have sunscreen now. Yeah, me two more moles. Hey, we a moly club. You know what I mean? I think worst part is the teeth. Yep, the teeth. Oh my gosh. In early 20s, but falling off teeth is such a nightmare. I still have those dreams sometimes. I have gotten so much better about like brushing my teeth at night because when I tell you take care of your teeth, you guys, because people like we really don't be thinking about how much your teeth change as you get older. Mama and grandmother have moles, probably why I got them. That makes sense. Are freckles a consequence of aging? I don't know. I think it's more genetic, hereditary. Because just like Ilbermatic said, his mom and his grandmother have moles. My family on both my mom and dad's side, they have freckles, and I saw them more prominent as they got older. I know my mom, she sometimes gets more freckles still to this day. So I don't know if it could be both aging as well as hereditary. Right, Mo Squad, gang, gang. But yeah, but yeah, make sure y'all take y'all vitamins, and drink your water. That's the other thing. I definitely eat more fruit now and drink way more water. I will say the other thing too is taste buds. Oof. My taste buds are not the same anymore. Any freaking more. Like when I hit 30, that was when I noticed, oh, my taste buds are changing and certain things are nasty to me anymore. Certain things taste better now, which I appreciate. But before, I would make sure at least 6 or 7 hours of sleep. I agree. Like, I try to get 7 or 8 myself, and then I'll occasionally take a nap. But yeah, make sure you guys are getting your sleep too, because that's crucial for your overall health. I sleep for 8 hours even now. Girl, I hope you're sleeping good. Because I know I definitely need a lot of sleep time. I agree, but it's so difficult. Is it because you have trouble sleeping, Liam? Or is it because you go to sleep late? Or is it like work? Sleep can heal the body as well. It for sure can. The sleep got to work on. Yes. Yes. We need to be uh investing in more sleep time. And not just with my job. Oh, I understand. You know, that's the thing too about jobs. Like, you really have to work so much. And, you know, I hope that you guys actually end up enjoying the fruits of your labor. I truly do, because it's some people that I know where all they do is work. They work their regular job and then they have their side hustle jobs and then they barely have enough time for sleep. And I know it's a lot. It's a lot. Women need more sleep than men, biological thing. Yeah, I read something about that recently actually. Where it was like this study done that they were saying that as well. But my mom is in her 50s and she finds sleeping hard. It could be potentially her going through menopause, because I've heard like sometimes that can impact your sleep. Or it could be diet. Um yeah. Cause I know the times when I had trouble sleeping though, I was either worried about something or um yeah, actually for me I was worried about something or I needed to turn my phone off. Cause I know people talk about how the phones and like the TV don't distract you from going to sleep, but for me, definitely like if I'm on my phone or like watching something, man, when I tell you I have to turn everything off in order for me to get a good night's rest sometimes, like kind of early. A jazz is right. Different factors for sure sometimes can be stress, good and bad stress too. Right. Because the times, for example, whenever somebody tells me like they have trouble sleeping, normally it is stress related or it's like their brain is too like going too much where they aren't really having time to like decompress and just relax for a minute. But yeah. All right, y'all. We got 6 more minutes because I told myself I was going to be on here for 2 hours. I would do 3 hours, but I would be honest, I don't feel like it. I really don't feel like be on here for 3 hours, but I will be back on here tomorrow. I'm gonna probably get on here around 8:30 instead of 9. 8:30 EST, Eastern, whatever time that is for you guys. Relaxation is needed, true. It is definitely needed. I recommend hobbies of some sort for decompressing. My mother says she never could sleep soundly after having me. You know, I've heard of some mothers having that. I think it's something about the way their brain changes after they have kids, where like they don't, their sleeping is completely different. Because even my mom, what did she say? She said that it's something she said that changed after she had me. Like she can't sleep on her stomach. She can't eat spicy food after she had me. She used to could eat eggs when she was carrying me, and then she couldn't eat it no more after she had me. Like, I don't know, your brain chemistry changes. Where it's like, it also could just be her having mother brain, where it's like, oh, I have to make sure my baby is okay, so I can't just sleep soundly. I have to make sure they're good, like they're worried. But yeah, I will be back on here tomorrow at 9:30. No, not 9:30. 8:30 p.m. EST. I'm debating. I might do a karaoke session, but it's gonna be off key. I would just let you know. Or I'm gonna do a song association. So if y'all free, feel free to join in on that tomorrow. Body chemistry changed on her, could be for sure. Most definitely, because a lot of people don't talk about how when you have a kid, your brain chemistry changes as well as your body changes. I can't sleep without background noise. My partner is the direct opposite. The amount of time she cusses me out for the slightest bit of So my husband is similar. And it was an adjustment because he ended up buying this background noise machine off of Amazon. And when I tell you, I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed for like a good week because like I think he switched from like these ocean water sounds, and that just made me feel like I had to pee. And I was like, bro, please. Because I would just be sitting there like, why don't you just put your headphones on? So then it's this other sound that he has. And now I've adjusted to it and it doesn't really bother me anymore. But originally, because I don't mind it being silent, mainly because I like to hear stuff. I need to be able to hear if somebody is in the house with me. I need to be able to hear everything so I can get up and be like, what is that? And move if I need to move. But he needs the noise and I don't understand it. I don't understand it only because when we were living together in the apartment that we had before, he didn't need the noise machine. So I don't exactly know what happened that made him feel like he needed the machine now. I don't be snoring that much. You know what I mean? The snoring could be music to his ears. Specifically when I'm sick. Like, these are prime time sounds, okay? But he clearly needs the machine. Listen to nature sounds. See, I don't know how I feel about nature sounds. Because we went camping. And I don't know. You know, the slightest noise had me like, what's that? It's a bear. For me, I think when I am in hell tried, I don't care if there is light voices. All I need is silence. Yeah, like, I like silence when I sleep personally. Silence or rain, I'm okay with. Ocean sounds do help in my headphones. Nah, that make me want to pee. Instantly, all that water thrashing. I'm on a boat and I have to use the bathroom. Instantly. Yeah, bro, but she hates that as well. I wear headphones. Mm-mm. So my husband used to wear headphones, but he was listening to audiobooks, which I don't mind, but I would probably be like trying to listen to the story of whatever audiobook, because that's what he was saying. He would end up staying up, just laying in the bed in the middle of the night listening to his audiobook. So that's when he was like, yeah, I got to get the noise machine because this not helping me. Jazz, all non-nature music, depends on the type of day. Couldn't be me, bro. No nature noises for me, because as soon as I hear a praying mantis rub their legs together, it's over. It's over, because now I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out, and I'm trying to figure out where the bug is in the house. No nature sounds. The most I could do is maybe some trees. You know. Ooh, my hand's dry. But the most I can hear is like some trees, just rubbing like in the wind. That would, I wouldn't mind that. You know what I mean? I have to sleep with the TV on. Sometimes I fall asleep with the TV on. It just depends on what it is. That probably would make me want to pee too. Yeah, cartoons definitely will put me to sleep. Like if I put on Arthur, knocked out. What was it? I think it was Arthur, and then I would also put on Franklin or Little Bear, because those would always put me out. I can't jiggy with audiobooks, rather read the book. Yeah, like, I don't know, It's only specific things I don't mind, because it's like, so there's this one YouTube channel I've been watching lately. Let me see if I can find it. It's called, I think it's like Boring Stories or something. And the videos are 2 or 3 hours long. But the topics are really interesting. Like, I was watching this video the other day about, it was like interesting things that Victorian ladies used to do in courting or something like that. And I've been really obsessed with those videos, and they're supposed to put you to sleep, but they funny to me because like when you listen to the stuff that they had to do back in the day, like over there in England, like in Victoria times, it's just so interesting seeing how things have changed. Like, it was this episode where they were talking about how they had to cover the legs on the dining room tables as to not provoke the men to have dirty thoughts. And I was cackling laughing because I was like, this is so unserious. Or they were talking about how it was this one lady where she had tripped and fell on her long gown, and she accidentally showed her ankle, and then she ended up having her fiance call off their engagement because so many people saw her bare ankle. And I was just like, bro, you cannot be serious. It was good though. Like, I don't know, I've been watching those little boring stories because they good to me. Usually bird sounds. Nah, bird sounds would wake me up. Because they wake me up now in my neighborhood when the birds just be chirping outside making noise. I'm just saying, can't sleep to the sound of water. Gonna be thinking that, are we around the river? Same. She is funny. Water sounds scary. Like, am I going to slip to the fall and direct into the ocean? Yeah. Mm-mm. I would say what mine is, but I'm scared. No, don't be secretive. I be having Sesame Street burning on when I sleep. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, nothing wrong with Sesame Street or burning. Like sometimes I'll be watching the old Sesame Street episodes, um, just to hear like specific songs. Like what was that one song they had? Let me find it. It was like a was it a jazz singer? What was that one Moon song, Sesame Street? No, I don't want to go to the moon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't want to live on the moon. That was like one of my favorite Sesame Street songs. And then it was that one, Splish Splash, we're taking a bath. Like sometimes I will literally go back to watch some of those just because they really be getting me. I know the one song that my husband hates for me to sing is I'll sing that one Barney song. There's like I'll randomly just be like, there's a tree in a hole in the ground, and the green grass grows all around and around, and the green grass grows all around. Cause I always start singing it at the most random times, and he'll just be walking past, and I'll like be washing dishes or something, and I'll be like, "There's a tree in the hole in the hole in the ground." I'm so unserious. Water sign, the irony, sleep to water sounds. I'm a water sign too, but I would not be able to sleep to water sounds. Aren't I? Or am I not? No. It, actually, what am I? Yeah, I'm a water sign. Mm-hmm. There's a nest on the branch, and a branch on a tree, and a tree in the hole, and a hole in the ground. Hole, a hole in the ground. Anyway, like, or I'll start turning certain songs into opera. And my mom can't stand when I do that. But she does it all the time. I'm like, I got it from you. Toy Story, you got a friend in me once, so I'll still be singing, even as a dog. That's my junk. You got a friend in me. Do, 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 do. You got a friend in me. What'd he say? When the road is something ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed. Just remember what your old pal said. Boy, you got a friend in me. But yeah. I be trying, a little something, a little something. I'm so much serious. But whoa. Oh, like y'all know one of my favorite Disney songs is though. It's from Lion King 2. Deception, disgrace. Evil is plain as the scar on his face. Deception and outrage or shit. Wait, I forgot the words. Love is an open door. What is that from? Love is an open door. Oh, that's Frozen. I'm so sorry, Rose. I have never seen Frozen. Like, I've seen it, but I don't remember it. You close other one friends for Stevie Wonder. I want another banger for Fox. Oh, Fox and the Hound. That was like the first Disney movie I cried on. When she had left him in the woods, I was like, not the grandma left the baby in the woods by herself and she drove away with her little car. I was like, bro, Didn't know Guy composed Got Friend in Me did song for Monk. I've never seen Monk before. I myself forgot where it was from and typed Tangled. So I love Tangled. And at last I see the light. And it's like the fog has lifted. I love that movie so bad. Because Rapunzel is my favorite Disney princess. I love me some Mandy Moore, though. I really do like Mandy Moore. That's my girl. But, you know what else is underrated? Oliver and Company. Absolutely loved Oliver and Company. What he say? Why should I worry? Tell him, why should I care? And when I cross that line, I got street savoir faire. That was my jam. Goofy and Lion King songs. Yeah, Goofy movie had a lot of good songs. A lot of good songs. I need to get that on DVD myself. Okay, I'll give y'all 20 more minutes. Since we're talking about Disney, of course. But yeah, when I think about, because I'm like, what was my favorite Disney movie when I was a kid? I was really into Aladdin. It's like a cross between Aladdin. It's a cross between Aladdin and Hunchback of Notre Dame. I saw Maleficent, but I didn't see the second one. But Hunchback of Notre Dame was my favorite. I who keep you, teach you, feed you, dress you. I who look upon you without fear. How can I protect you, boy, unless you always stay in here, away in here? Remember what I taught you, Quasimodo. You are deformed. I am deformed, and you are ugly, and I am ugly. That joke was so messed up. He said, "It's I alone who you can trust in this whole city. You cannot comprehend my only one defender." I swear, like, that was such a messed up song, but for some reason, that song always freaking stuck with me. Always. Aladdin is one of my favorites as well. And Lion King, Emperor's New Groove, Toy Story, Bug's Life. Did Emperor's New Groove have a song? I remember the opening song, but I don't remember him having too many other songs. I do not remember Bug's Life at all. I really don't. I remember Ants. Like, I greatly remember the movie Ants, but I do not remember Bug's Life. I just want all the dresses of Jasmine. She did have some cute fits. She really did. Aladdin 2 and 3 were terrible. Unpopular opinion. I actually liked Aladdin, Return of Jafar, and then The Return of the King of Thieves. Cause what was that? What was the one song they had in Return of the King of Thieves? I'm gonna have to look it up. Cause there was this one specific song I used to sing all the freaking time. King of Thieves songs. Out of Thin Air. That's the song I always used to sing. Where are the lyrics? So I need a refresher. Oh, yes. Okay, I know it. I just needed the first lyric. You show me the world when I was all locked up inside. You reached out your hand and took me on a magic carpet ride. A look at your smile, and I can see the light. Ooh, shining everywhere. People like you don't come out of thin air. That used to be one of my faves. I liked Aladdin 3. The middle one was rough. Like, I remember watching Return of Jafar, but I do not remember. I really do not remember. That was the one where he became the genie, wasn't it? The red genie. I used to have nightmares about that one. Do you cosplay or have love for Disney dresses? Just love them. I was about to say, because I cosplay. You know what I mean? Please, I want to give you a lantern. As long as it ain't a real genie in it, I'll take it. Yeah, the third Aladdin was about his real father. He was horrible. He was so trash. I did not like the villain in that movie. I think his name was like Gazim or something like that. But yeah, I'm about to get off of here though, you guys. I will be back tomorrow. I'm aiming for 8:30 p.m. EST. I'll probably be on here for 2.5 hours tomorrow. Yeah, I actually might watch that tonight. Aladdin 2 and 3. Probably Return of Jafar. I'm going to watch that tonight because I haven't seen that in a while. Yes, I have food too. Thank you guys for stopping by and chatting with me because y'all know I be yapping. I really do appreciate it because I am trying to reach my watch hours this year. I'm going to try to go live 3 times a week right now. And hopefully the goal is by April, I'll have my monetization. I do have 2 movie reactions I'm coming out with this month, so stay tuned for that. And if you guys, I don't know what that noise is, but if you guys follow my vlog channel, I will be posting over there this week. I'll probably post a vlog either tomorrow or Saturday. I'm undecided. And I'll have a review going up Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure which is coming first. You know it, Jazz Up Life. Thank you. I be trying to keep it entertaining, bro, because I don't know. I don't be knowing. Sometimes I don't know what to talk about, but usually I do have topics, and I'm kind of glad because I did not run through all the topics today. So tomorrow we're going to do half karaoke song association, and then I'm going to finish off with the rest of the topics that I have here because I think I have like 8. Yeah, I think I have 7 or 8 topics. But yeah, Grimy, you would come in when we ending this live. I got a new video coming Saturday or Sunday. Okay, bet. I would definitely watch it. I'm going to watch your other one, honestly, after I get off of here. Bye, Rose. Right, he's so freaking late. I've been on here for 2 hours and almost 20 minutes. I'm about to go. But I will be back on here tomorrow at 8:30 EST. And like I said, I'll be on here for 2.5 hours. I might do 3 hours depending how I feel tomorrow. We doing karaoke song association tomorrow as well as we yapping. But it's definitely too late. Crazy. Right. The Rose Rundown got the number one spot. And did. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. EST or whenever y'all show up or whatever. But yeah, I hope y'all have a great rest of your night. I'm sorry you didn't pop up on my notifications. It's okay because somebody else told me that they weren't getting my notifications even though they signed up to Bobby and Near tomorrow. All right, bet, because we doing karaoke and song association. So y'all prepared for the off-key singing, okay? It's going to be Disney, R&B, a little hip-hop sprinkled in. But hope y'all have a great rest of your night, and I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. No K-pop, because I don't know the words. I don't be knowing the words. No. But, all right, y'all. Bye.